Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Indianapolis Colts. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A throw out wide to Woods, complete. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key third down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. He'll pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone, because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
Here's Huntley. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off, because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, Huntley. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Huntley to throw. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. For the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith. So, Charles, you look at this offense. What a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Stafford. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
40 got. 59. Double right.
They'll try and run for it. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On 1st and 10, Huntley flush to his right. And complete right side to Cook. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Ready, set.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Pass caught by the running back, Dalvin Cook. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. $17-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. The slot man in motion right. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
To throw is Stafford. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Taking it about the 36. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. After the interception, here's Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Another try after the first down sack. Stafford. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Easy.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off play action. Huntley. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Ready.
Being chased, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dayo Odengbo in there to bury him for a loss of 11. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
To throw on 3rd down, Huntley. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's a
fucking pick, man.
To force them into 4th down.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners.
Put you in the fucking red zone 3-4 possessions.
Everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, This coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
In motion right here, Boyd. Here we go on 4th down. Always got some breathing room. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Stafford. This is caught. Touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit.
Let's fucking go, man. Fuck these weak-ass Minnesota Vikings.
And that cuts this lead down to 13.
They can't score for on offense. That offense is trash over there.
As they run up and send this one away.
I got to get my fucking offense together. I ain't got no big play players over here. Come on. Come on.
So we will start here at the 25. On the calendar next weekend, and Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Operating from the gun, Huntley.
Weak ass nigga. Told you that offense is trash. That offense is trash. That offense is trash.
And you know, a lot of people look at
weak ass nigga.
Think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit, forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the third time today. Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the feet.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Jahan Dotson, 68 yards. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That's my fault. Way to take advantage of me. That's my fault. Why the fuck did I run forward like that?
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
32! Omaha, red blue! 70! To the right, 22!
Throwing is Stafford. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
50. Right, 22! Omaha, red blue!
Stafford. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Alert! Hey! Give me radar. Like 7. 10. 32.
Here's Stafford. This is caught. It's Boyd. Touchdown Colts. Tyler Boyd in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts.
T-Boy, gotta get him one. Gotta get him one. It's only right. Get in that end zone.
Fielding just outside the goal line.
Come on, D. Let's go, D. Let's go, D. Let's go, D.
As our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Let's go, D.
Welcome back, Charles.
Let's go, D.
Settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Let's go, D.
Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field and begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Here's Johnson with a reception. A big play there for Minnesota. 45 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Off the play fake. Huntley toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2.
And Jordan Whitehead locking that motherfucker up. It's Pittsburgh boy. Him and T-Boy having themselves a day. Niggas is from the bird, Dre.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Real right, 22.
Play action. Stafford. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They snap it to Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Jahan Dotson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Third and long. It's Stafford. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus Needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out. We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford. That's... Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Huntley. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
To throw, Huntley. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hawkinson, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
The Colts on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Chase Young able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.